Hi, Carrie. So we watched your video on the audition tape with the choir, and um, we came to a unanimous decision that really that's not how we want our interns to serve. And it is an African children's choir, and so we're just going to leave the singing to the professionals. But there are definitely other ways you can serve. You mentioned in your application that you'd be interested in helping teach the children. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, that'd probably be best. I did feel a little out of place
So
up
we're going to
there.
start out with our first word problem. If I have 7 apples and Jamie takes 2 of my pencils and then Roy comes over and shares 5 of his cupcakes with me, how many cartwheels did I do?
All right, so the teaching didn't go over as well as we thought, but there are still other ways that you can serve. Can you iron? So I might have had a slight problem. Maybe you do a better job keeping our tour bus bathroom clean? I think I found my niche.
Wow. Well, that certainly is the cleanest porcelain I've ever saw. You're hired.
Carrie, and I am applying to be an intern for the Daraja Choir. I hope at the beginning of my video made you laugh because that's all that I was intending on doing. Really, I just want to communicate the fact that I have a servant's heart, and whatever it is as an intern you might need to ask of me, I'd be more than willing to do. No matter how trivial or how small the task seems, I know that when you do things for the glory of God, it furthers His kingdom, and it does matter, even if it seems like it doesn't. And so that's basically what I was trying to convey. I can guarantee, though, that if you did allow me to help teach or needed me to iron any of the clothes, I wouldn't shrink anything. I wouldn't be a terrible teacher. It was just meant to make you laugh. And so that's that. One of the reasons why I'm applying, probably the biggest one, is because I have a heart for missions, and I think that you guys have such a unique ministry with the choir, and I believe in what you guys do, and I would just love to help be a source of support and encouragement to the children. I think a lot of times, as I mentioned in my application, I think a lot of times as American Christians, we look at other countries that might be in need, and we want to go out and we want to help them, we want to minister to them, just be a blessing to them. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but we don't usually imagine that they could come to us and do the same. And here with the choir, you have these little children, no less, from Uganda who grow up in poverty and just have comparatively less than we do as Americans, and yet they are so rich in Christ. And they come to our country, which is supposed to be, the land of opportunity, and we're supposed to have so much, and they come and they bless us. And I think that the experience that they create while they worship, and just when they unite their whole audience, it doesn't matter where you come from, what you come from, what color you are, how old, how young, when they unite the whole audience in worship, it is just such a beautiful experience. It's so indescribable. And when they came to my church, I sat in the back and I just cried the whole time because I was so moved by it and my heart was so full. And so I am 100% sure that, God has put this work in front of them and He has called them to be His little missionaries and be His hands and feet. And I know how fulfilling that is to go out and do God's work. And so if I could help them in whatever way possible by interning, if I could help them to go out and do the work that He's called them to do, it would be an honor and a privilege. And so that's ultimately why I'm applying. And another thing is that I think that I have a lot of skills that I developed over the summer while working with group mission trips. I did describe, the job in much more detail in my application, but basically, I know what it's like to have to perform at 110%, regardless of whether you only got 4 hours of sleep the night before or if you're not feeling the greatest. I know that things can get stressful sometimes behind the scenes, but when you're running a camp or working with the choir, I know that you have to keep backstage matters backstage, and the audience is not supposed to know, maybe things are getting hectic. And so I'm able to do that. I know what it's like to have to make quick decisions on my feet, and in high stress environments, and I'm very good at doing that. And I just would accept the responsibility of being a Christian role model and having the well-being of these choir members on my shoulder. I know what that's like, to have to make sure that, everyone's having a good experience, that everyone's safe, and everyone's just really that their well-being, overall well-being, um, is okay and protected. And so I would accept that responsibility, and I just really would love to join your team and be just a sister in Christ, helping these children go out and spread the good news. So basically, that's me in a nutshell. I would love to get the opportunity to speak with someone in the future, hopefully near future, and just know that I'm going to be praying for everyone on your end. I know that you guys probably have a lot of applications coming in. I'm sure that it can get stressful at times, and I'm just going to pray, that God's hand would be over all of you, and that you would have the discernment and the wisdom you need. No matter what the decisions you make are, I just pray that God would be with you through the process, and just I'm going to pray for peace and blessings for the choir and just safety. And so I look forward to hearing from you guys. Bye bye.